Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Atlas Large Pendant. A lot of people are going to be using this as a dining pendant. You can use it in other applications too. There's a matching smaller version of this if you guys want to use that over your over your kitchen island. That's the 187462. Look at kitchen pendants for that one. There are also other atlases that you're going to find under both of those headings, dining pendants, kitchen pendants, that are going to be using different types of materials. So check them all out. Let's get into the size of this. When we talk about fixture body, we are talking about from the bottom of the fixture to where the telescoping rods begin. And that's going to be 19 inches for the height of this fixture, 21.7 inches in diameter, so it's a pretty good size. When we talk about the adjustable ranges, if you guys are familiar with all the videos I've done on these telescoping ranges, you have a set screw right here, which is going to, if you lock this in with this little wrench, it's going to keep it from sliding back and forth. But you can see it'll telescope like an umbrella handle. So once you get it to where you want it to be, like I said before, you lock it in and you are good to go. A lot of good information about all of this is going to be on our site, and a great way for you to see that is going to be looking at the installations instructions. The same ones that will be in the box for this. And how to do that is, if you're on the site, on our page for this, go over under those pull-down menus where it says choose your finish, choose your length, scroll down a little bit and you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. Click on that for me. Open it up, check it out. It's going to have all the great technical drawings. You're going to want to see how these things work, what the clutch system is like. It's going to show you information about this canopy, and you're always going to have that question like how big is the canopy? It's 5 inches. It's going to go over your standard 4-inch junction box. Has a little bracket in the back. Sometimes it's this bracket, other times it is this bracket. Depends on the fixture. If you have a slope ceiling, it's slope ceiling adaptable to 45 degrees, and there's a knuckle right here that allows this to bend just like that. So let's say this is your slope, you are good to go there. So like we said before, it's adjustable in these ranges, so now let's go over the ranges. Now we're talking about overall height from the bottom of the fixture. Now we're talking about the ceiling itself. So the short is going to give you 28.1 to 39.3. Standard is 39 to 50.5, and the long is 49.4 to 61, bottom of fixture to ceiling itself. If you need shorter than the short or longer than the long, we do customs every day. The best way to go about that, finding information out, email me, sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. Tell me you're looking at this Atlas 137462, and you need this to be whatever you need it to be, 24, 23, 19, something like that. Well, 19 it would be way too, the body of the fixture is 19, so it's going to have to be something above that, but we can get pretty short if need be. It allows you to use this in other applications like over a sink if you need it higher, but just tell me what you're looking for, email me the information, I send it over to the customs department at Hubbardton Forge, goes in a bit of a circle, comes back to me, and we get it all figured out. A little more time, a little more money, non-returnable, but we do it every single day. It's very easy. Let's talk about what's inside of this for lamping. It's going to be using a medium base porcelain socket, regular screw-in light bulb, very easy. It's a dimmable fixture, which is awesome. If you're going to be using incandescent bulbs, like the older incandescent bulbs, your max is going to be 100 watts because of the heat generated by that bulb. If you guys want to do LEDs, and there are tons of LEDs that can go into this, you have no limit as far as the electrical input going in, because LEDs are only going to be drawing 8, 10, 15 watts. They don't generate much heat. It's really the size of the bulb. So the recommended bulb size for this is called an A19, and that's this size, and that's about the same size as everything the bulbs we grew up with in most of our lives. Those 60 and 75 watt bulbs, our lives over and over from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Anyway. When you go bulb shopping, you just want to find the size of the bulb in A19 and you're fine with that. If you guys do LEDs, then you can choose the color temperature, dimmable, non-dimmable. Also, depending on which finish you get, the inside of this is going to be a little different. The domed shade on this, if you are ordering this in the traditional finishes from Hubbardton Forge, and we'll go over finishes in just a second, like dark smoke, burnished steel, natural iron, that means the inside and outside of the shade will be the same finish. If you're doing the polished nickel, that's a different story. On its own, that is kind of its own animal. The inside is going to be white. It's going to be an enameled white, and you might elect to go with a white bulb just so it kind of blends in. Versus if you guys want to do, a different type of bulb, that's fine too. And these are LEDs, FYI, so you can find some really cool LEDs out in the world. Okay, so now that leads us into finishes. So if you're on our website, over on the left-hand side of your screen, there's a finishes help guide. Give that a click for me. There's a video at the top of that page. It's me talking about you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. Scroll down, there's a chart, has all the different finishes from Hubbardton Forge. I'm going to be talking about that chart in that video. So I'm going to go back and forth, look at the chart, use the video. When you're done, go back to the chart, and you can click on any of those finishes, and a bigger window is going to pop up showing you samples of whatever finishes you just clicked on. So if you want to see more things in dark smoke, click on dark smoke. Same thing in burnished steel, natural iron, so on and so on and so on. Now let's talk about that polished nickel shade. So the polished nickel shade is a little anomaly. It's plated. You don't see a lot of plated things in Hubbardton Forge's line. The inside of it, like I said before, is going to be enameled white, and that's really about it. The rest of the fixture, when you get your choices, don't forget, you're going to have two choices for finish. So the first choice is going to be for basically the fixture itself, and the second choice is for the shade. So you can do beautiful contrasting finishes if you want, black and brushed nickel, I'm sorry, not brushed nickel, polished nickel, or you could do let's say the gold and black or something like that, and really have fun with this piece. It's great that you can customize Hubbardton Forge finishes to your liking. So after that, why don't we talk about our showroom. So our showroom in Vermont has over 350 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a what's on display page over on the left-hand side. Check that out. It's going to show you everything that's here on a given day. We are constantly adding to the showroom. It's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. We also have a clearance center. That stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's an awesome deal. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Just remember that. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern if you guys have any questions for me. And you can call us at 802-446-2400. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There is no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. We're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No other dealer does that. Some bigger items and custom things are not going to come back. We always tell you about that ahead of time on our website. And we offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge doesn't stock anything. That's why you get all of these variables that you can do and all these choices you can make. So generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks. But we can cut that time in half, and it's per line item. So let's say you had 2 of these atlases that were exactly the same for whatever reason. That's 1 line item. So it's very inexpensive. Just drop me a quick email and I can give you details on that. Okay, so I think that kind of covers everything. It's a great fixture, and I plan on having in our showroom either that or the smaller one of the 2. And I'm really into that that brushed. Polished nickel. Love it. So anyway, let me know if you guys have any questions. We hope to see you here sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.